Cool. Ready.
Hi, this is Sabbir Khan.
Hi, this is Shraddha Kapoor.
Hi, my name is Shroff.
And you're watching
Sorry.
1, 2, 3.
Hi, this is Sabbir Khan.
Hi, this is Shraddha Kapoor.
Hi, my name is Shroff. And you're watching us on
Bollywood Hungama.
इससे better नहीं हो सकते यार.
Well, we have with us the hugely successful team of Baaghi with us, director Sabbir Khan, the captain of the ship, Shraddha Kapoor, and superstar Tiger Shroff. Can you give us as superstar?
Yeah.
Done.
Done.
Done deal now.
Done.
You're being too kind and generous. Thank you.
No, for sure.
You know, we know the deal, right? That how he is, that he just we know that.
But we had so much fun on your show the other day.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Playing
But
that.
we got a great response.
Yeah,
We got a
rapid fire.
really
That was
great
fun.
response,
Yeah.
Okay. The sort of action that this guy does actually, and even I think Shraddha has an amazing action. It's being said that we've never seen such sort of action in Hindi movies ever actually. So how did you manage to pull it off?
See, that was the idea.
आपका ये लिखा जाएगा Sabbir Khan, the guy who introduced Tiger Shroff. do you realize that?
I think God's been kind. There's something that he brings to the table that nobody else does.
Right.
So coming back to your question, I think that was the idea, to give the audiences an action film that they've never seen before. Having said that, it was a very tough job to sort of pull it off, especially when there's no cars and buildings exploding.
Right.
There's nobody using weapons. There's not a single gunshot in the film. We had a vision. It was a very tough vision, and I think the whole team, hats off to both my actors, to my entire crew, for sort of believing in a film like this and giving it its all, and the result is out there.
And then you have the lucky charm. Shraddha
Yes,
Kapoor.
totally.
Any film, if you have to make it a hit, just make sure that Shraddha Kapoor is part of it.
ये मतलब बताओ success, ये actual formula है.
I don't want to take anything away from Shraddha Kapoor. I mean, she's a very hard-working actor and very inspiring actor to be around. So, you may call her lucky charm just jokingly, but you can't take away from her hard work and what she really puts
luck
in.
works brilliantly in Bollywood, boss.
No, but I second what he's saying.
Luck is something that people are very superstitious about. Yeah,
I guess so, yeah.
obviously she is amazingly talented and very, very attractive as well. So
Yeah.
No, but there's a saying. There's a
But
saying that goes way back to
Ji.
the I don't know what century. You only get lucky when you work really hard.
Yeah.
So you're taking away.
I believe in that.
Right.
I
think
believe
you
in
were,
that.
you were slightly on that. I don't know that, but luck definitely works in Bollywood.
Yeah,
People can be
sure.
very, very superstitious about that. Okay, so Shraddha Kapoor, how's been your experience of just kicking ass after dancing your ass off?
No, I did. I don't know if you're allowed to say that, but I would also say that after.
We are absolutely, we have no censor actually, we have this.
Okay.
You're not a family channel.
Yes.
But it was great. It's been amazing. I feel like I feel very you can say blessed also that these kind of films have come my way, that Sabbir sir was hell-bent on thinking about me for this film, because it's when a director really wants you, for an actor I think it's one of the most amazing feelings to be wanted for a particular part so badly, like when a director says that I only think that you can do this, that makes you feel like, it makes you feel really good and makes you feel like you want to give your heart and soul to the film. So I'm really glad that he had that feeling about me.
Okay, now Tiger Shroff, you've really enjoyed yourself as far as doing the action is concerned.
Oh, I did enjoy myself.
But it
wasn't
seems
fun.
like the way you just climbing those, that scaffolding in Bangkok.
Yeah.
You're making it just seem like a child's play actually, and you've been doing gymnastics for I think since your childhood.
Gymnastics now for a while. I've been doing that for about 2 to 3 years now. Martial arts I've been doing on and off since I was a child. So because of that background, I sort of picked up gymnastics quite easily. And I picked up dancing quite easily because of that. Because my body was always naturally very flexible, so I think.
Okay, now as far as the trade goes, it's being said that बहुत ही rarely होता है that you get like a very clean and universal hit that almost everyone is going to make good profit. Because many times it happens that certain sectors may it does well, but maybe single screen में शायद उतना नहीं होता है. But this is one movie which is everyone will make like good profits. Does it make you feel good that you are being after Hero Panti, that like a bankable director, that hit देने वाला director?
Well, yeah, I feel validated in the sense, genuinely good, that you put all your effort in trying to make a clean film. You don't use the sort of means of trying to be vulgar, or there is an item song, or deliberately trying to make it for a certain audience. So a clean hit, like you said, which makes profits for everyone, you can't get more happier than that.
Now, I interviewed Sudheer recently, Shraddha, and I told him that, Shakespeare has very rightly said that, so true a fool is love, that in your will, though you do anything, he thinks no ill. So, जिस तरीके से वो आप एक बार जब आपको वो देखते हैं बोट चलाते चलाते आपकी खूबसूरत मुस्कुराहट पे, मतलब सारा का सारा खेल जो है बिगड़ जाता है उसके बाद, जो सारा हंगामा जो है वो आपका वो सिर्फ एक मोमेंट की वजह से कहीं ना कहीं होता है. So will you agree that this entire कहीं ना कहीं that you are the catalyst for the entire conflict between, मतलब कहीं ना कहीं अच्छा खासा भला आदमी था वो, मतलब क्या क्या उसने किया उसके बाद?
You know, I mean, our film is still in theaters, and
Right.
there are a lot of people who
I'm not giving away anything.
I would want to watch our film. I don't want to give away anything,
Right.
but I mean, now I don't know how to say.
The answer is yes.
Say
शेक्सपियर
this.
मतलब कहीं ना कहीं जो है वो आप शेक्सपियरन तो आप हैदर कर चुके हैं, तो मतलब
Right.
इवन बाली में भी शेक्सपियर कहीं ना कहीं आ चुके हैं. कॉन्फ्लिक्ट जो है इट्स जस्ट अराइजिंग फ्रॉम देयर सेल्फ.
Let me just say, I didn't do anything deliberately. Nothing deliberately. I have not done anything deliberately.
Okay. Your chemistry with Shraddha is being appreciated very nicely, especially the entire, Barish ke sequences, and I think it's been shot very nicely as well. How's your? It doesn't seem that this is your first film. I'm sure that the fact that you.
It's not, it's my second film.
First film with her.
Oh, with her. Okay,
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah. So it doesn't seem that somewhere the entire crush factor that you had in the childhood, that is working brilliantly, maybe in terms of
Maybe it's that internal love I have for
internal
her.
love.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know.
Intense love.
Intense love, It's just.
मारने को आता है.
No, it's just she makes me feel so comfortable around her, and we never had any awkward moments at all. The day I met her, we broke the ice immediately, and we were just fooling around.
Right.
And when it's time to work, we're all business. When it's time to fool around, we always fool around. In between shots, when the director says cut, we're dancing, singing, having fun.
Right.
So it's never really, an awkward atmosphere between us, or any sort of tension, or I'm covering her or she's covering me. It's nothing like that. So it's a very giving relationship what we have.
And I mean, if I may just add to that, like he seems like a very calm, composed. He is also very calm, composed, and he's a relaxed energy. But he's also got that, humor, which, sometimes you have to talk to people and you talk about things that don't make sense, and you're just giggling and laughing.
Right.
So we can do that together. So that's nice, where you can talk about nonsense and In fact, the three of us can do that.
Yeah, you were seeing the making shots, and you were seeing Sabbir Khan in action. Okay, now Sabbir Khan, you've had the box office on your side, and almost everything is there. But at the same time, when you get the reviews, they tend to be a bit mixed. The same was the case with Hero Panti as well. Do you take it up seriously? Do you feel that some of the criticism is valid? Like few people have said about the script part of it, and
I genuinely respect all the critics. I think they're doing a fabulous job currently. As Hindi cinema, we're going through a beautiful transition, and the critics have been really doing a great job pushing the right kind of films. My only sort of grouse, not even a grouse, would be that sometimes mainstream cinema doesn't get the due credit or the respect, and it's completely okay. As a filmmaker, I know the sort of film I'm making and for who I'm making it. So I need to be honest there, and I think the sort of appreciation you get all India and overseas and the numbers come in, that sort of validates the fact that you're on the right track. The only thing that I want to do is try and make films honestly, and try to make it for the people, I feel we are a slightly unique nation. We make musicals. Nobody in the world does that. We tell our stories through music and drama and emotion and humor. Somewhere, some of the critics, very few, seem to have a very sort of Western approach. I think we're looking towards there, and sort of we're moving away from classic quintessential Hindi filmmaking, and I'm still a guy who is sort of wants to balance both. So I would say that it never upsets me. I take it very positively. Every time somebody writes something, I take it up, read it seriously, and try to see how I can better myself.
No, it was said about Heropanti as well, and it's
Yeah.
said about this as well. कहीं ना कहीं 80s का feel आता है, and somewhere. So
Yeah.
do you accept that?
I feel stories can never go out of fashion. The really good stories are evergreen. They can never go out of fashion. It feels very strange when somebody says that about Baaghi, because right at the onset I said that it is the retelling of a classic called Ramayana. Now that is not even 80s, that's probably 1800th centuries, I don't know how old. But it's today's version, it's my version. So as long as the audiences are liking the film, great. As a filmmaker, it's my job to probably read what the critics write, what they say, take the good points, probably leave the bad points. That's how you grow.
Tiger, talking about the action part of it, recently Rocky Handsome had come and somewhat similar sort of action was there as well. But maybe एक वो उसमें कहीं ना कहीं मतलब I'm saying as a viewer एक वो fluidity missing थी, you know, in terms of it had very good action as well. But somewhere I felt that it's slightly fluidity is missing. It's like not looking very natural. But when we saw, as far as you guys in terms of martial arts that you guys were doing, it had a lot of fluidity into it. It seemed very natural, you know. It just kept on surprising again and again that this is something that it's like really wow somewhere. How tough was it in terms of just preparing for it and just choreographing it, in terms of just practicing for it? And I think you guys are lucky that you had someone like
No,
Sudheer,
first of all,
you require like
Right.
that the bad guy has to be like really powerful. I told that to Sudheer.
Right, sir. To start off with, I don't want to take anything away from Rocky Hansen. That was a brilliant action film as well, and we actually had the same action director.
Acha.
The action they used over there was a little different, and the action we're using is different. We're more of a martial art based film. That being said, maybe that's why you found the fluidity was maybe a little different. The body language is a little different.
Yeah. I'm just saying as a viewer, I have no knowledge about the martial arts at all. I'm just
Okay.
saying about the viewer because we've seen the Korean films and everything.
Okay,
so
okay.
You know that how it is. Yeah, I think a lot depends upon the way the camera angles
Definitely,
are and the way it's edited.
We had a lot of time for the preparation of the action sequences, and it was all drawn out before we even got on set.
Ji.
So it was a lot easier for us to execute that way. I sort of have a background in martial art, so it helped me, pick up the choreography is a lot easier in our film. Sudheer being such a powerful, talented villain, only made my journey easier. And because of him, because of his performance, and because he's so good, he makes me look a little better as well at the same time. He elevates my character a little bit. Because it's very, if you have a strong villain, then obviously the audiences want the hero to come, Most of the time they cheer for the heroes, I think. So because he was just so menacing and powerful on screen, they just made me look a little more heroic, I think. And I think as far as executing the action sequences, I don't want to take any credit. I give it all to the action masters, to Shifuji, to Sabbir sir, who's drawn out the action sequences, to just the whole team really. It's a big team effort. So, yeah.
Okay, and I was reading quite a few reviews. I've seen that Tiger is excellent in action and dancing. Acting जो है अभी उसके अंदर उनको और भी कुछ करना पड़ेगा. Do you at times it is like the criticism can be rather strange as well, but do you take it constructively? Do you think
of course.
about it from that perspective?
Of course. I really just it's great to always hear appreciation and all, but at the end of the day, you want to know how you can better yourself. And I definitely I'm nobody right now. I'm still learning. And whatever the critics have to say, they've been around here for years, so I'd obviously take what they have to say and try and better myself with each film.
Right.
And I'm just trying to be as honest and as sincere to my work as possible, really. I think because I'm known for this and this, the other tends to be overlooked as well. But really, if the emotion is not strong enough, then there's no incentive behind the action.
Absolutely.
And it won't work.
Yeah, it won't
Absolutely.
work.
Absolutely.
But if I didn't do the action I did at that level, I don't think people would point out.
No, absolutely. Now, Shraddha Kapoor, you have this unique penchant for the entire the hit quotient, and your acting has been appreciated relentlessly. But still, many a time your fans feel that we want that one Shraddha Kapoor film that एकदम बिल्कुल she'll just hit the ball out of the park. As far as that, totally it should be about her, and we should be having more stuff from her. Do you feel that maybe Rock On 2 can be the answer to that, or is there something else that you have in mind that you want to do?
There's a lot that I want to do. A lot that I want to do. I want to be like clay, which can fit into anything, adapt into anything. For me, I think what was challenging about our film, if I may say, is to retain a soft quality to the character, at the same time be tough, which I think is difficult to do. That is what I had to think about our film, because when you become a strong woman, to retain a certain amount of vulnerability is also key for the particular kind of characterization that you have to do. I believe it's not the length of a role that is what should be looked at. I think it's the impact that you make to the film, to the scene. If you evoke something, even if you have, and this is, I'm not saying this only about myself, there are so many actors who you will see on the screen for maybe 2 minutes or 1 minute, but they just make an impact and they're out of there, and the whole film, maybe they'll just remember that actor. So even, I mean, for me, it's not that when I take up a film, it's not that, oh, I have to be there from the beginning of the frame, say hello, and end credits, say bye and go. No, it's, I feel like so long as I give my heart and soul to every single moment that I'm there in front of the camera when it's rolling, I want to be connected with the scene, I want to be connected with my co-star in the give and take. For me, that is my priority, to just when my director says action, I want to be connected with the scene 100%.
Okay,
but just to add to what you're saying in terms of a film where, of course, it could where you're saying be centered around me as a protagonist. I mean, I would be very excited to do something like that.
You have a dream role that you'd like to do?
I would. It's difficult to say that if there is a dream role, but if I look back and say what were my favorite roles that I would look back and say I would say that Wahida ji in Pyasa, my aunt Padmini in Prem Rog, amazing roles. And to tell you the truth, I feel like these kind of roles should happen again. They really should happen again.
Absolutely.
Of course, cinema is evolving also, but I mean, I hope I can get a role like that.
Great. Binod Pradhan.
Yeah.
How pivotal has been his contribution? The entire boat sequences and the action sequences, the way he is shot is beautiful.
His experience that comes to the table is beyond anything. Right at the onset, when I was designing this film, I knew it was a little crazy. There were so many elements going to be in this film. It wasn't a niche film. It had almost about everything, and we were going to go crazy. I needed a guy to come in who had his range of experience, and hats off to him. There were times when he had the camera in his hand and we were running. You've seen the action in the climax. So at his age, for that man to hold that camera, the way he lights his actors, this experience that comes in, and he's zen. He's zen on the sets. If there is a small problem or a big problem, you look up to him and you say, how do we do this? And he's been a great asset on the film.
Tiger Shroff, you're having a superhero film in the Flying Jatt, which is coming up very soon. We are seeing a very, very interesting phenomenon in the last, especially in the last maybe 1.5 2 years, the entire invasion of sorts of the Hollywood films. And now this year's biggest hit so far is The Jungle Book. What do you think needs to be done as far as Bollywood is concerned? That maybe, do you feel that some changes needs to be done, and some entire adrenaline rush, some extra is required, so that because it's going to get bigger and bigger, like the Captain America, the sort of action it has,
You're
and
talking
the sort of writing.
specifically about superhero genres, or you're talking
Superhero and Hollywood genre. Since
you're saying how do we compete with Hollywood? You're saying.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think we should compete with Hollywood, because they can't compete with us. It's two different ball games altogether, sir. Our films are very different, their films are very different. The budgets they have are very different, the budgets we have different. That being said, our audiences are also different. We tend to accept a lot of musicals, and they don't really have musicals unless it's like a Grease or something, like a proper musical story, like a West Side Story or something. But that being said, I think that it's two different ball games altogether, so there's no point competing, or it's stupid comparing the two.
I'm not competing. I'm not saying competing, but in the sense that do you feel that maybe in terms of there should be something should be done in terms of so that there should be some parity maybe, or because Jungle Book comes in and it eats into the business of a fan, for example. That is a more recent example. Do you feel that something needs to be done?
Can I add something?
Please go ahead. Something that is increasingly being talked about.
The squeaking bit.
Please go ahead.
Apparently, Jungle Book is supposed to be a very good film.
It's brilliant.
Is what I've heard. So I mean, if it's doing well, like I think it's because of that. I don't think it's because it's specifically from Hollywood. That's why it's doing well. I also know that, I mean, a lot of Hollywood films come which don't do as well or whatever, but I've heard great things about Jungle Book. Like, it's been very strongly recommended. My friends tell me that you must watch it. So I think that, but I don't know if it's happened with every Hollywood film. Yeah.
No, my question is that maybe
I
Sabbir Khan can answer
Okay.
it. My question is,
So clearly we are stuck at the business angle of filmmaking because we have answered what we wanted to answer.
no, it's, what it's saying is absolute. I've seen both the versions of Jungle Book, Hindi and English, and I've loved it. That's primarily what I'm trying to say. Which is you've been at the business for a long period of time. What I'm trying to say is that do you feel that Bollywood needs to up its game?
Up its game, yeah. See, I think firstly the benefit is all to the viewers. You get up and you have the best of cinema playing for you, whether it's a Hindi film or a Hollywood film or a regional film, Marathi cinema, Sairath.
Is
So it's brilliant for the
24
audience.
is very good. 24
Yes.
Tamil
So it's brilliant for the audience to get up and go to a cinema and you have the best of the world playing for you. Now, how do we up the game? What Tiger and Shraddha both said a little bit individually, I respect that. We should up our game, but not try and compete. We have to make films like that. Let's make films that are uniquely Indian and up the game.
Exactly.
For example,
that's
Sanjay
why I
Leela
never said
Bhansali.
competing with it.
Yeah.
I said that how we can up the game.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
So I think it will come. I think it's already there. We're there. We're in that beautiful period of transition. I look back at this time and I think this is the golden period for Hindi films.
Ji.
It's everybody is doing good work. We have a director like Sanjay Leela Bhansali, who I think anybody in the West would sort of envy the sort of films he makes, a Baji Rao Mastani or a Ram Leela. So I think that's the only way to make better films, to sort of believe in more in Indian content. Jungle Book is a great example. It's an Indian story, I mean, so I think just these things, literature, let's go back to literature.
Right.
They have great amount of literature. All the superheroes are there. They have great historical literature. We need to look back into our literature.
Inwards, primarily.
Yeah, and sort of make it in a large scale way, It's amazing that like a director like Danny Boyle can come and make a Slumdog Millionaire here. Why can't we do that? So that's the real need, to up our own game within our own literature,
Great. Yeah. So, okay.
Thank you so much.
Could you please briefly tell us about your forthcoming films? You're having Flying Jatt, so are you excited about that?
I'm very.
The trade will be excited about that now.
I'm
much
very,
more.
very excited about that. I wish Captain America had come out in the time of Flying Jatt. Yeah. It would have been a nice moment for the viewers to see that an Indian superhero can fight as good or even better than those superheroes without that much VFX maybe. But that's okay. I think in Baaghi we proved that anyways. But
Good one, Tiger.
My point is, I don't know, I'm very excited with Flying Jatsa, and we work very hard. Remo sir is a very, very talented man, very positive man,
Right.
very nice energy to be around. Got to
Absolutely.
learn a lot from him as
Right.
well.
Your co-star is very excited, Jacqueline Fernandez.
She's always excited, yeah. She's always excited.
We spoke to her some time back, and she's very excited about just working with you and dancing with you. And
Likewise,
I'm sure,
likewise.
yeah.
She's also a very athletic girl, and like Shraddha, she's very hardworking and very inspiring to be around.
Okay, you're having many films upcoming from Rock On Please. I think you started working on OK Jaanu as well. So could you please briefly tell us something about your forthcoming films?
So Rock On 2 is almost done. We have a little bit of shooting left. That's going to release in November. Then I'm in the middle of shooting for OK Jaanu, which they're still figuring out when that will be releasing. And Half Girlfriend I will start shooting for next month.
From June you're starting.
Yeah.
Any more offers coming your way? since Baaghi?
Nobody likes me that much.
We've heard of Baaghi, huh?
Nobody likes me.
Chupa Rustam.
I'm going around begging. So sir, please take me.
Okay, we've heard about the rumors of Baaghi too, Sabbir Khan.
Yeah, I think for now it's casual conversation, but it's been a positive conversation. We are all excited. The whole team is excited. Sajid sir, me, Tiger, we're all excited. And just the sort of feedback that everybody's been giving the company,
Right.
they sort of want to see Baaghi 2 again. So, I don't know, let it happen organically.
Right, I think in terms of action, everything, if Dhoom can be there, the Baaghi, I think it's a good idea actually.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Anything else in the pipeline? Do you have anything else
A
planned?
small vacation.
Small vacation? Why a small vacation? Take a big vacation.
Big one, yeah.
Alright, so thank you guys. Thank you very much for being on
Thank
Bollywood
you.
Hungama and lovely having you, and congratulations once again.
Thank
and
you.
we hope that the success run continues. Thank you
Thank you
very
very
much.
much. Thank you.
That's all we have from Bollywood Hungama. Keep on watching.